Kejriwal calls ED arrest vendetta. ED opposes Arvind Kejriwal's plea. Liquourgate legal war escalates. Top focus on 5 Live.
You're with the news here on India Today with me, Shiv Aroor. This is 5 Live. It's a big political day. I'm taking you straight to the top stories at 5. Aam Aadmi Party MP Sanjay Singh to walk out of Tihar jail shortly after receiving bail yesterday. Singh is the first Aam Aadmi Party Neta to get bail in the Liquourgate case. Will visit Chief Minister's residence soon after release. War for Wayanad hits top gear. Rahul Gandhi files nomination and holds mega roadshow. Left counterpart Annie Raja also files nomination from the same seat. Big jolt for the Congress. Boxer Vijender Singh joins the BJP, hails Prime Minister's contribution to sport. Vijender lost South Delhi seat for the Congress in 2019 against the BJP. 24 hours after he retweets Rahul Gandhi, he jumps to the BJP. Mahavikas Aghadi split wide open in Maharashtra. Congress mulls expulsion of rebel Sanjay Nirupam amidst war over Mumbai Northwest seat. Suspense over Sangli and Bhiwandi seat continues. Big earthquake jolts Taiwan. At least 7 people killed and nearly 730 injured in Taiwan's most powerful earthquake. Tsunami warning issued as well.
58分花莲发。
Breaking news coming in, no relief for Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal from the Delhi High Court, which has reserved its judgment in the Kejriwal plea against arrest. The Enforcement Directorate has claimed the Liquourgate money trail has been located and has opposed any relief to Arvind Kejriwal. The Delhi High Court has reserved its judgment in Kejriwal's plea against arrest. Let's bring in India Today's Srishti Oja for more on this. Srishti, break this down for us. What happened in court? It has reserved its judgment.
Well, yes, Shiv, the court has today reserved its judgment on Arvind Kejriwal's plea challenging his arrest and subsequent remand to the ED in this matter. When earlier the court had heard this matter, no interim protection was given, which was followed by Arvind Kejriwal's arrest by the ED. Now today, Senior Advocate A.M. Singhvi, appearing for Kejriwal, has maintained the earlier stand that Aam Aadmi Party has also time and again said that the case against him is politically motivated. Mr. Singhvi clearly told court today also that his arrest right before the elections, after the model code of conduct has been announced, was only to crush the Aam Aadmi Party. It was only to humiliate the Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal. He also pointed out that no statements, no statement and inquiry as is required under the PMLA Act was recorded of Arvind Kejriwal before his arrest. He's questioned the entire timing of his arrest and said that there was no necessity of arrest, which is also mandated if we talk about the PMLA court, PMLA law, and also if we look at other earlier Supreme Court and other judgments. According to him, there was absolutely no necessity of arrest in Arvind Kejriwal's case. ED has also, however, countered Mr. Singhvi's argument with some really strong arguments. I'm being joined by my colleague Kanu Sharda, who is inside the court tracking the hearing. Kanu, how has ED countered Mr. Singhvi's arguments today? What did they have to say about the money trail?
Srishti, the ASG SP Raju, who was appearing for ED, has categorically told the Delhi High Court that the money trail is established. They have found concrete evidence, and since the investigation is at initial stages, they have to establish certain more documents and corroborate this thing. But countering the arguments put down by Kejriwal that the elections are around the corner and that is why the arrest has taken place, this is completely being denied by the ASG SP Raju and saying that this cannot be a ground for denying for arresting anybody. So very clearly, ED is defending its stand before the Delhi High Court, saying that no relief can be granted to Arvind Kejriwal at this point of time because he is the kingpin of the entire controversy. And they have also said that how Kejriwal, who is the national convener of the Aam Aadmi Party, and the Aam Aadmi Party constitution itself says it is a group of people, and how Aam Aadmi Party is an accused in the case, and that is why Arvind Kejriwal is being arrested now.
Okay, thanks very much, Srishti and Kanu, for joining us with that. So no relief for Arvind Kejriwal for the moment, but the showdown with the Enforcement Directorate obviously continues. The Delhi Chief Minister moved the High Court against his arrest by the probe agency, calling it political vendetta, terming it a bid to spoil his party's image and its ability before the 2024 election. The Enforcement Directorate, while sticking to its point, termed Kejriwal the Liquourgate kingpin again. And they also claim now that the money trail has been located, which is exactly the opposite of what appeared to be the case yesterday, claiming his links exist with liquor barons. The big question now, of course, is when will that money trail become evident, when it will be proven by the Enforcement Directorate and become visible in court. Take a look at today's developments.
Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal is behind the bars. But his legal battle continues. Kejriwal moved Delhi High Court against his arrest by the Enforcement Directorate, calling it illegal. Delhi Chief Minister called his arrest nothing but a political vendetta, terming it a bid to defame his party just before crucial 2024 Lok Sabha polls. He also questioned as to how can one be arrested without having any proof against the person. The probe agency called Kejriwal's arrest legal. ED once again termed Kejriwal a kingpin of Delhi liquor scam, alleging that he demanded kickbacks from booze barons. Calling AAP as a major beneficiary of the scam, the probe agency stated that it had ample evidence of Kejriwal's guilt. Tihar jail officials and AAP locked horns over Kejriwal's health. Tihar jail, in an official release, rubbished AAP claims that Kejriwal has drastically lost weight in custody. Tihar jail said Kejriwal's blood pressure, sugar level and vital parameters are all normal. Tihar also pointed to home-cooked food being supplied to Kejriwal.
जब वो ईडी की कस्टडी में थे तो 3 बार उनका शुगर लेवल गिरा, एक बार उनका शुगर लेवल 46 तक पहुंच गया, जो किसी भी व्यक्ति के लिए जानलेवा साबित हो सकता है। चाहे जो शुगर लेवल में फ्लक्चुएशन हुआ है, चाहे 4.5 किलो वजन का घटना हो मात्र 12 दिन में, ये एक बहुत गंभीर बात है, ये एक बहुत सीरियस बात है।
किसी इंसान का 4.5 किलो वेट कम हो जाए, और वो अरविंद केजरीवाल जी 2 दिन पहले हमने कोर्ट में देखे थे, आए हुए थे, 2 ही तो दिन हुए उनको जेल गए हुए। अब 2 दिन पहले जब उनसे पूछा जाता है तो कहते हैं मैं ठीक हूँ, तंदुरुस्त भी हूँ और मेरे को बड़ी अच्छी तरह से ट्रीट कर रहे हैं। अब 2 दिन में जब आपके घर का खाना जा रहा है तो मैं तो ये कहूँगा सुनीता भाभी जी को ध्यान देना चाहिए कि घर के खाने में ऐसी कौन सी चीज़ जा रही है जिसके कारण उनका वेट कम हो रहा है।
Will Liquourgate determine outcome of 7 Delhi Lok Sabha seats? With Kanu Sharda, Ram Kinkar and Amit Bharadwaj in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
And there's been an escalation in the big crossfire between Delhi Minister Atishi and the BJP. A day after Atishi alleged that the BJP was trying to blackmail her into dumping the Aam Aadmi Party and crossing over to the BJP has hit back. The party has filed a defamation case against Minister Atishi over a claim that she's being pressurized by the Saffron Party to switch sides. The BJP wants her to take her statement back and apologize on media. Yesterday, Atishi claimed on camera that the BJP has approached her through someone close, offering her something to jump ship to the BJP, further alleging that she's been threatened with arrest if she doesn't abandon the Aam Aadmi Party.
देखिए, मैंने तो कहा ही है कि कोई मेरा ही बहुत करीबी व्यक्ति है कि जिसने अप्रोच किया वो मेरे ही बहुत करीबी व्यक्तियों में से एक है। ये बात तो मैं कह ही चुकी हूं।
हमारे यहाँ आतिशी जैसे पॉलिटिकल एक्टिविस्ट के लिए कोई वैकेंसी है नहीं, समझे ना। तो ये उन्होंने क्यों कहा, किसने उसको कहा, ये तो कई चीजें, वो युवा नेता है, उन्होंने भी कह दिया कि एक भाजपा के कार्यकर्ता ने कहा है कि इस बारी 400 पार के बाद हम संविधान को नष्ट कर देंगे। अरे किसी ने ऐसी स्टेटमेंट नहीं दी, और मुझे नहीं लगता कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कोई कार्यकर्ता जाके आतिशी जी से मिलके कहे, एक ऐसे समय जब शराब घोटाले में सारी आम आदमी पार्टी फंसी हुई है, तो हम इस समय उनको अपने यहाँ लेके हमने क्या अपने लिए सिरदर्दी क्रिएट करनी है।
आतिशी वालेना ने कल झूठ बोला था कि मुझे तोड़ने की कोशिश हो रही है, मुझे प्रलोभन दिया जा रहा है। पहली बात तो कि आतिशी की हमें जरूरत नहीं, हमारे इस परिवार में बहुत संस्कृति वाले सभ्य लोग हैं, लेकिन आतिशी वालेना ने जब ये दावा किया तो हमने कल भी कहा था कि आप झूठ बोल रहे हैं, हम आपके खिलाफ कानूनी कार्रवाई करेंगे। इस डेफिमेशन नोटिस में हमने 3-4 चीजें उनसे पूछी हैं कि आतिशी वालेना उस रिश्तेदार का नाम बताएं, तो वो कहती है कि मेरे किसी रिश्तेदार को प्रलोभन दिया गया है। किसने फोन किया, उस व्यक्ति का नाम बताएं। संपर्क कैसे किया गया, व्यक्तिगत किया गया, फोन से किया गया, अगर फोन से किया गया तो फोन नंबर दें, नहीं तो अपना फोन जमा कराएं जांच एजेंसी को। इन सब सवालों का जवाब हमने उनसे पूछा है, अगर वो जवाब देती हैं ठीक है, ये तो कानूनी कार्रवाई उनके खिलाफ।
कानूनी में क्या क्रिमिनल भी आगे,
क्रिमिनल सिविल दोनों ऑप्शन खुले, 15 दिन का समय है उनके पास।
And remember, what we're waiting on now is Aam Aadmi Party's Sanjay Singh, who's set to walk out of jail in Tihar, where he has been for 6 months. Remember, he got bail yesterday from the Supreme Court and this, posed many tough questions to the probe agency as well. The Supreme Court did. But the court has set some conditions for Sanjay Singh's bail. Remember, he's been suffering from a liver ailment for which he's been under treatment. But today, he will be walking out of the Tihar jail. The conditions that this court has set for his bail: he cannot leave the Delhi National Capital Region. He will have to submit his passport to the court. He's directed that he cannot, he's been directed that he cannot tamper with evidence. He has to keep completely silent on the Delhi excise policy case probe and has to cooperate as the probe by the Enforcement Directorate demands. Sanjay Singh has been in Delhi's Tihar jail since his arrest in October last year, 6 months in jail. It was alleged that Sanjay Singh was paid 2 crore rupees in 2 tranches and that the money was delivered at his home.
न्यायपालिका का बहुत आभार व्यक्त करते हैं कि उन्होंने संजय जी को राहत दी है, और हमारे लिए खुशी तभी होगी जो मेरे 3 भाई अंदर हैं, अरविंद जी, मनीष जी, सत्येंद्र जैन जी, जब उनको भी न्यायिक हिरासत बेल दे देगी तो हम लोग सारा परिवार एक साथ मिल के तक, अभी क्योंकि मेरी खुशियाँ अधूरी है। कहावत है कि काले बादल आते हैं फिर वो छट जाते हैं, तो हमारे ऊपर 6 महीने का जो बादल काला था वो अब छट गया है, और बस ऐसे ही सब लोग अब मिलेंगे, परिवार से संजय जी मिलेंगे और कार्यकर्ताओं से मिलेंगे, कार्यकर्ताओं का हौसला बढ़ाएंगे, और ये वो उनको आज पार्टी ऑफिस में संबोधित करेंगे।
संजय सिंह जी को बेल सुप्रीम कोर्ट की 3 जज की बेंच ने दी है। जब सबसे बड़ी अदालत की तरफ से बेल मिलती है तो इसका मतलब ये है सेक्शन 45 PMLA के तहत अगर बेल मिलती है और बेल अपोज की जाती है तो ये माना जाना चाहिए कि कोर्ट को लगा कि इस मामले के अंदर संजय सिंह दोषी नहीं है।
उनको बेल मिल गई और ईडी ने अपोज भी नहीं किया। देखिए, इसके हमारी जो कोर्ट सिस्टम की, हमारी जुडिशरी की जो रबस्ट इंडिपेंडेंस है, अब वो कहते हैं, कल जब राहुल गांधी जी बोल रहे थे उस दिन रामलीला मैदान, उन्होंने बोला इलेक्शन कमीशन ये फिक्स्ड मैच है, इलेक्शन कमिश्नर भी आपके हैं, जुडिशरी भी आपकी है। अरे भाई, जुडिशरी हमारी होती तो ये इतनी बढ़िया स्कीम है इलेक्ट्रल बॉन्ड, क्यों उन्होंने उसको नेगेटिव कर दिया? तो ये हमारी डेमोक्रेसी की खासियत है कि हम अगर कोर्ट्स इंडिपेंडेंट है, वो जो भी निर्णय लेंगे।
And trouble for Sanjay Nirupam, the troublesome Congress leader in Maharashtra, is all set to be expelled from the party, it seems. The Maharashtra Congress has passed a proposal to remove Sanjay Nirupam from the star campaigners list and also expel Sanjay Nirupam from the Congress party. So it's only a matter of time before the rabble-rousing motor-mouth leader of the Maharashtra Congress party, formerly of the Shiv Sena, is to be kicked out of the party for his direct attack on a Shiv Sena UBT leader over the Mumbai Northwest seat not being given to him. In the meeting of the Maharashtra Congress, it has been proposed that Sanjay Nirupam be thrown out from the Congress party. The proposal passed by the Maharashtra Congress. The decision will finally be taken by the High Command in what appears to be a mere formality now. It seems like Sanjay Nirupam has crossed the point of no return. Saurabh Bhaktania is live with me. Saurabh, Sanjay Nirupam never very far from a fight or some kind of a controversy. He's usually spoiling for some kind of confrontation with those he doesn't agree with. Has the Congress made up its mind to throw him out?
So, well, Shiv, let me tell you very clearly, India Today was the first to break the story that Sanjay Nirupam is going to quit Congress party, and the way he was giving statement and against the Congress party line. Now, very interestingly, one statement was given by Congress Sanjay Nirupam that Arvind Kejriwal should also resign, that he cannot operate the government from inside the jail. So there were many statements which were given by Sanjay Nirupam. He in fact called the UBT's candidate as Khichdi Chor. You remember that. And yesterday, India Today confirmed that Sanjay Nirupam is going to resign from Congress party. Today, there was a very important core Congress committee meeting which took place just behind me at the Tilak Bhavan office of Congress in Mumbai, wherein a proposal was given that due to anti-party stand which has been made by Sanjay Nirupam, he should be expelled from the party, and that proposal has been unanimously passed. This has been sent to the Delhi High Command, and the sources are telling us that by tonight or early morning, disciplinary action will be taken against Sanjay Nirupam. One more very important thing is, Shiv, that 2 days back, a star campaigners list was given out by Congress party in which Sanjay Nirupam was named in the star campaigners list, and now his name is removed from that particular list. So now it is very clear that Sanjay Nirupam is no longer going to be part of the Congress party. Tomorrow at 11:30, the sources are confirming us that he is going to take a press conference in Lokhandwala, Andheri, where he is going to quit the Congress party. Sources are telling us that he's still very much keen to contest from the Northwest constituency of Mumbai Lok Sabha seat. So whether he contests this election as an independent candidate or he joined the Mahayuti. Now in Mahayuti, this particular seat is with Eknath Shinde's Shiv Sena. So whether he gets a promise from Eknath Shinde that he will be contesting election, or whether he missed the chance. Because Sanjay Nirupam was very clear that this is a do-or-die situation for him, this time or never, and therefore he is very much keen and in fact desperate to contest this election. So whether he gets a chance to contest election from some other party or what are his future plan, will come to know tomorrow.
Saurabh, thanks very much for that perspective. So is Sanjay Nirupam, the motor-mouth Congress leader from Maharashtra, headed to the BJP or the Shinde Sena, or as an independent? We don't know. What appears clear is that he is out of the Congress any minute now. Okay, the political rumble in Maharashtra is escalating. The Sanjay Nirupam factor is just one of them. But amidst the seat-sharing conflict and tamasha that continues, the Maharashtra Congress has passed a proposal, like we just told you, to expel Sanjay Nirupam from the party. However, a final decision will be taken by the Congress High Command in Delhi. Okay, this is information I've already given you just now. But let's tell you what this is all about, really. The Congress leader, Sanjay Nirupam, has been at loggerheads with the Sena UBT over the Mumbai Northwest constituency. The seat was given by Uddhav-led Shiv Sena to Amol Kirtikar. The leader had protested over this in the Congress meeting earlier. Along with this, the Mahavikas Aghadi is also conflicted over the Bhiwandi and Sangli seats. The Congress is asserting its claim over Bhiwandi seat, but Sharad Pawar's NCP wants to field Balu Mama. In Sangli, the UBT Sena has fielded Chandrahar Patil. However, the Congress is not ready to give up its claim over Sangli. This has made the situation worse in the India Alliance component in Maharashtra, the Mahavikas Aghadi. Sources suggest Sharad Pawar, Uddhav Thackeray and senior Congress leaders will be attending a press conference on seat sharing. However, amidst the upheaval over seat sharing, that joint press conference has been called off.
सांगली और जो बाकी आज जो बची थी 4 जगह, वो आज मैंने उसका ऐलान किया है, डिक्लेयर की है। कल परसों स्वयं संजय राउत जी भी वहां जा रहे हैं, तो हमारा वहां प्रचार शुरू हुआ है। अन्य जगहों पर जहां पर हमारे उम्मीदवार नहीं है लेकिन कांग्रेस के हैं, जैसे रामटेक है, पूर्व विदर्भ में तो हमारे पास एक भी जगह नहीं है, तो वहां के शिवसैनिक क्या करें? तो वो भी नाराज थे, अमरावती के नाराज थे। लेकिन उन सारे लोगों को मैंने समझाया है, और जिस तरीके से शिवसैनिकों ने कांग्रेस का प्रचार शुरू किया है, मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि आज या कल से कांग्रेस भी सांगली से लेकर सारी जगह पर शिवसेना के जहां पर प्रत्याशी हैं उनका प्रचार शुरू करेंगे। फ्रेंडली फाइट नहीं होती है, या तो फ्रेंडशिप करो नहीं तो फाइट करो। मुंबई में कुल मिलाकर 6 जगह है, उनमें से 4 तो हमने डिक्लेयर किए हैं, 4 तो हम लड़ रहे हैं। हमारा प्रचार शुरू हुआ है, और जो बाकी जो 2 सीटें हैं, मैं ईशान्य वायव्य नहीं करता, एक खास कर बांद्रा की सीट और दूसरी बोरिवली की। तो हम चाहते हैं कि हमारे जो मित्र पक्ष है वो वहां से लड़े, और जो भी वो लड़ना चाहते हैं उसका काम मेरे शिवसैनिक जरूर करेंगे।
And coming up next, is Vistara sinking? Chances are, viewer, if you've been on a Vistara flight in the last few days, you've encountered small or massive delays. But what are these delays about? What is happening to an airline that was considered one of the best in the country? Why are pilots staying away from flying their aircraft? What's happened to Vistara? I explain next.
Intelligence meets art. Motorola H50 Pro.
Hello, Moto. बेटा, इस साल का जो प्रॉफिट है वो इंटरेस्ट पे डाल देंगे। हर महीने ब्याज का पैसा आता रहेगा।
अगर रेगुलर इनकम ही चाहिए तो आप वो पैसे फिक्स्ड इनकम फंड्स में डाल दो।
वो क्या होता है?
वो एक तरह के म्यूचुअल फंड्स है।
म्यूचुअल फंड से भी कभी फिक्स्ड इनकम आता है क्या?
फिक्स्ड इनकम म्यूचुअल फंड्स चुने हुए ब्याज देने वाली कंपनी बॉन्ड्स, गवर्नमेंट बॉन्ड्स और मनी मार्केट में इन्वेस्ट करते हैं, इक्विटी मार्केट में नहीं। सिस्टमैटिक विथड्रॉल प्लान से आपको ऑन द डॉट फिक्स्ड अमाउंट भी आता रहेगा।
म्यूचुअल फंड में फिक्स्ड इनकम वाली बात सही है। वंडरफुल।
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
India Today wins the best news channel of the year.
Thank you, ENBA, for all of these awards, all 108 of them. But for us viewers, the greatest reward and award is your trust. We're just weeks away from a high-powered, high-pressure elections, and I know that your trust will carry us through. Thank you.
And by awards में हम है 400 पार.
I was really embraced by the people of Wayanad, regardless of which party they came from, regardless of which community they came from, regardless of how old they were. Every single person in Wayanad gave me love, affection, respect, and treated me as one of their own.
Vistara hits turbulence. Pre-merger woes mount. Over 100 flights cancelled in 2 days. Pilots go on mass sick leave. No breakthrough between pilots and management. Decoding the Vistara crisis.
Tata's takeover of Air India is not turning out to be good news as far as Vistara is concerned. If you've been a passenger on a Vistara flight in the last few days, you have no doubt noticed there have been long delays with pilots sometimes not even turning up for duty to fly passengers from one place to another. It threatens to be a summer of discontent for Indian flyers, with the pilot agitation at Vistara Airlines showing no signs of ending. It all has to do with the merger of Vistara into the larger Air India umbrella that Tata now owns. The Tata Group-owned airline has been hit with hundreds of cancellations and delays in the past few days. Analysts and observers fear that if this turbulence in the airline is not quelled soon, travelers could face the turbulence of much higher fares this summer. Take a look at this report.
The cockpit at Vistara Airlines is anything but calm these days. Pilots are up in arms. Hundreds of flights have been either cancelled or delayed in the past few days. The Vistara flyer, usually businessmen or senior officials in both public sector and private companies, have been missing connections and crucial meetings. According to reports, Vistara pilots are up in arms, calling in sick, disrupting flight schedules. The Tata Group-owned airline recently revised its pilot salaries, and the changes haven't gone down well. Many pilots are unhappy with the reduced earnings, leading to a wave of discontent. Then there is also the impending merger with the Air India, a decision which has added fuel to the fire. Pilots fear job uncertainties, changes in work conditions and potential layoffs. Insiders say that the merger talks have only intensified the standoff between management and pilots. The disruption in flight schedules have specially hit the business and the upper class traveller hard. Other than Air India, Vistara is only full-fare air to the defunct Jet Airways and Kingfisher Airlines. It is also the only airline which offers the hugely popular premium economy sitting on domestic routes. The aviation regulator DGCA and the Ministry of Civil Aviation are monitoring the situation closely. There are real fears that the uncertainty around Vistara schedules could further skew the demand and supply scenario in Indian airspace. especially in the very busy summer months. If the pilots' union continue with their agitation, fares could skyrocket, disrupting the vacation plans of millions of Indians. Bureau Report, India Today.
Now, just to summarize with points what this crisis at Vistara is all about, and it is specific to Vistara, not some aviation industry issue. Vistara's revised salary structure, pay structure for pilots ahead of the merger with Air India, which Tata has acquired, is the main sticking point. Pilots have sent a revised salary, pilots have been sent a revised salary package and have been asked to sign that revised salary package at short notice. They have been warned to sign or be left out of the merger of Vistara into Air India. Pilots say that their cost to company, their CTC, has gone down in the new contract. So effectively, their salaries have been cut. They've been asked to sign on the dotted line to accept a pay cut. Pilots have been mandated to fly 40 hours as opposed to 70 hours earlier, meaning less pay according to the pilots. And so far, there has been no breakthrough in talks between the pilots and the Vistara/Tata management. So the genesis of this entire issue has been the merger process governed by the Tata Group of Air India and Vistara. But the new pay structures appear to be where this flashpoint has really caused a great deal of damage to the day-to-day operations of the airline. We've got some breaking news coming in now. Well, Vistara management is in damage control mode. Sources telling India Today that Vistara's CEO has spoken to the agitating pilots today to hear their concerns. Pilots were requested to get back to their duties ASAP. The CEO of Vistara also addressed the issue of the new payment contracts, and he said that he is open to having a one-on-one dialogue with the pilots to settle this issue. Vistara is trying to bring back resistance with operations. 20 to 25 cancellations today as compared to yesterday. Services are recovering and refunds being given promptly, reports to the DGCA submitted. I apologize for that last bit. We'll try and clarify that for you in just a minute. But Poulomi Saha is with us live for more on this. Poulomi, Vistara clearly battered over the last few days by a huge number of delays, cancellations, with no real end in sight to this crisis. And the management appears to be in troubleshoot mode, saying they want to face this issue head on and settle it. Are the pilots in any mood to listen though?
Well, at this meeting that, in fact, Vistara CEO Vinod Kannan had with the pilots today, he discussed, of course, rostering issues, which has been a concern area for the pilots as well, given fatigue and duty hours as well. He, discussed some of their concerns, but the revised pay structure, we were told, didn't come up for discussion. He did mention that as far as their concerns is concerned, they could take it offline. They could have a one-on-one, conversation with him. But that meeting didn't last very long. So as far as the bone of contention is concerned, because there are several issues, it concerns, of course, it was triggered off by that revised pay structure, specifically in the case of first officers, the junior pilots, which in fact triggered this entire silent protest, if you may, where these pilots reported in sick because they were trying to utilize some of their unutilized sick leaves before, of course, the financial year came to an end. And it was a way of protesting because they were being asked to sign on a contract which basically brought down their pay scale. It did not make it clear as to what would be their future. So if they did not sign the contract, would they be promoted to captains in the future? Would they be flying wider-body aircraft on international routes? It appeared that, there could be penalties to be paid if they didn't sign on that revised pay structure. So all of this, in fact, accumulated, and the pilots decided to go on this silent protest. But yes, today, of course, the number of cancellations have come down, approximately about 25. We'll get that figure from the aviation regulator, which has received Vistara's report for the day shortly. So we'll have an exact number. Yesterday, it was 52. So it's about half today, which is a relief.
Okay, a relief. So only half the number of cancellations today on the Vistara airline schedule. Thanks very much, Poulomi, for getting us that breaking news. Once again, the cancellation of so many Vistara flights is unusual. Remember, Vistara has had a reputation in Indian aviation for being a very good airline, runs on time, very, very reliable, very, very comfortable, slightly more expensive perhaps sometimes than other airlines, but one of the better airlines in the country. That's the reputation it has. The cancellation is therefore much, much more accentuated and visible. Number one, discontent among pilots, like we just explained to you. Number two, the silent protest by pilots over that new pay structure, which they're protesting by going on, mass sick leave. Lack of adequate buffer pilots means that there is no fallback for the airline to continue with its scheduled flights. They've also alleged malpractice in pilot rostering in terms of the number of hours to fly. Pilots are also angry with delays in the upgrades to wide-body aircraft in this particular airline. I want to bring in our guests now to discuss this a little further and get into the, get into the details of how something like this was not foreseen by Tata and, whether this has been mishandled. Joining me live is Squadron Leader Debolina Das. She's a former Air Force pilot and also a frequent flyer. Siddharth Zarabi is Managing Editor with Business Today TV. Siddharth, I'd like to quickly come to you first. How did something like this even happen? Was it not foreseen? Was there some kind of mishandling? Because, the Tata Group, knows what they're doing. A merger can always be complicated. We've seen it in the past as well. Was something like this not foreseen?
Well, this has been in some ways 3 years in the making after the Tatas reacquired Air India. What is at the crux of the issue? The crux of the issue is Vistara as a full-service airline and the kind of quality of service and obviously top-notch talent, including the pay they were getting. When you are integrating it with Air India Express and Air India pilots accepted that, Vistara pilots haven't accepted that. And in some ways, this is a coordinated industrial action of protest. But merging Vistara into Air India, the big question that is being asked by various aviation experts is whether the Tatas could have done it better. Remember, the turnaround of Air India, Shiv, is something that is going to be a unique example globally, not just in India. A challenge of this scale has not been attempted before, and the Tatas are putting in serious money into it. Remember that massive order that has been placed. So Air India is preparing for a future, but currently the turbulence that we are seeing could be the difference in a game between a test match, Shiv, and T20. A test match has to be played with a different strategy, a T20 with a different strategy, and bringing these two airlines together, even as the turnaround of Air India is still a work in progress, perhaps leaves a big question mark, Shiv.
Very, very important point because, even though it's been 3 years in the making, what has happened over the last few weeks has not only hit Vistara's reputation, but has also obviously impacted its day-to-day operations in a very big way. And remember, post-COVID, civil aviation continues to be extremely precarious. Squadron Leader Debolina, you know a thing or two about aviation. You're a pilot as well. What do you think about the pilots' protest that's taking place? Mass sick leave being encashed, people staying away, a lot of discontent among the pilot community in Vistara. What do you think about their stand on this issue, ma'am?
Good evening, Shiv. Thank you for calling me live on this discussion. Just one thing is that I am not able to share my video with you. So if you could just check for that. All right.
We can see you. Go ahead.
Okay, as we already spoke about it, and Mr. Zarabi also said that this is a period of turbulence. Aviation is a very, very, very dynamic industry because, a lot of things everything, the stake is very high, whether it's the aircrafts, the trainings, the pilots, the flights that are planned, and the on-time departures and everything. Everything is on a high stake, and it's a very dynamic thing. So when there is any amount of stirring or any amount of turbulence like this merger, and a merger is not of two public or two private companies coming together. It's a merger of Air India, which was run by government for so many years, with Vistara, which is also in itself it's a white elephant. It's a airline which caters for the business class. So when a
Right.
merger of this kind takes place, we are sure to have some amount of turmoil and turbulence. Because you see, when two companies merge, their policies, the HR programs are different. And for one another to accept the HR programs of the other, it takes time. It takes a lot of sitting together and curating and making a policy which would go hands in hand with both the companies. When it comes to pilots, you see, any pilot who is flying, he definitely loves his job to go to the cockpit. It's a job where you cannot perform without liking it. Like I've heard a lot of my IT friends or my other industries that they are tired of the work, but they have to do it. But for a pilot, he has to love his work
Pilots
to be
love their
able to
job.
go. Yeah. So you can understand that this protest of pilots has definitely come after they've been patient for a long time. The merger happened long time back, and they must have been facing a lot of difficulties for the last 2 years. But when things went out of control is when I think they united to protest, because when you have a lifestyle depending on an amount of money that you are getting and the amount you spend to get the training, you must be aware that to become a commercial pilot, the amount of expenditure is huge. So to be able to live up to that kind of a lifestyle, that huge loans or expenditures or whatever, mostly we are talking about the first officers, it has to be dealt with correctly. So what I feel